Hi, I'm Derek Briggs, Tsugami Product Manager. Today I'll demonstrate how to recover the ATC arm and gripper after a tool change interruption on our Tsugami Multifunction machines. This instruction pertains to the SS38MH-5AX and TMA8F. Let's get started. In this particular scenario, we're kind of mimicking if your compressor dropped out, maybe you lost air pressure to the machine for whatever reason, and in the middle of a tool change, it stops with an emergency stop because you lost air. It's going to give you two alarms, usually emergency stop or low air pressure, and Z plus over travel. So the first thing we're going to do is press the E stop and release the E stop. That's going to bring us down to one alarm, Z plus over travel. The reason we get that over travel is because in order to go into the tool change area on the Z axis, an M code is fired in the background when you call up a tool that actually allows the machine to open up the over travel limit to get over to the tool change area. It is now in that area and it's been interrupted. So the machine thinks it's over traveled. So what we need to do is just handle our Z axis out of that area carefully. Now, one thing to keep in mind is keep an eye on your tool here and make sure. What I do is I like to hold the tool and give it a little bit of support when I handle this Z axis out of that ATC arm. Just in case the actual tool spindle is not holding on to the tool itself, you can catch it so it doesn't fall into the chip pan. So we're gonna handle our Z axis. I'm on Z here. I'm gonna start out slow at times 10. Go to your position screen. Let's handle that Z axis over. Nice and easy. And you'll feel a little movement because the tool can actually rotate. And I'm gonna handle that right until it comes all the way out of that tool, ATC arm. So now I know the tool is being held in the spindle so I can let go. I'm gonna handle a little bit faster and I'm gonna line up I'm gonna just handle Z axis past home position, which there are markers in the machine up top above the tool spindle that show you where Z axis home position is. So just handle to the left of that arrow mark and you can reset that alarm. Now we have no alarms, but our ATC arm is still stuck halfway. We have a tool in our gripper that's still attached in the ATC arm. So what we need to do is we need to release that tool from the ATC arm, and then we'll home out the ATC arm and home out the gripper itself. So we're gonna go through that procedure now. So in order to handle that gripper out of the ATC arm, I need to turn on a keep relay. And there's two things we need to do there. We need to get to the keep relay screen, but we also need to turn on parameter right enable. I'm gonna press my offset button 2 times, which is gonna bring me to this handy screen. Right here is parameter right. I'm gonna enable it by turning this to a 1. So I go to MDI and do 1 input. Now on your machine, if you do this and you get an alarm that says parameter right enable activated, that's okay. You can press reset and cancel simultaneously and it will reset that alarm and you can continue on as though it's not turned on. Just remember at the end of this procedure, we'll go through turning that back off. So I have already pressed reset cancel. I don't have any alarms. My parameter right is turned on. I'm gonna press my system hard key. I'm gonna soft key arrow right 2 times and press PMC maintenance. And I'm gonna soft key right to keep relay. Press that. And I'm looking for 13 bit 5. So this bit right here. It's gonna be T jog. I'm gonna change that to a 1. As soon as I do that, it gives me this message. The jog handle switch, which is gonna be here, X, Z, and C now equal V, H, and T. Now V, H, and T stand for vertical for the gripper, horizontal for the gripper, and T for the tool carousel. The only thing we need to focus on right now is Z, which is gonna be our horizontal movement. We're in the ATC arm, we need to handle that horizontally and get that out of the ATC arm. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna handle, I'm in Z axis, I'm gonna start out slow here, and I'm gonna handle, and you'll be able to see that the tool is coming out of the ATC arm. It's staying in the gripper, and I'm handling that right out of there. I'm gonna handle that until I can see it about 1 inch away from the actual tool carousel. So if you look through the window of the door, you just kind of need to get it about halfway between the ATC arm and the actual tool carousel. I usually stop at about 63 millimeters. That's a pretty safe place to stop. It's kind of right in between. So once we stop there, I can go back and I can go to my system. I'm going to turn this back to a 0. MDI, 0, input. So now it has changed my axes back to X, Z, C, Y, and V, standard. So now we have our tool spindle off of the ATC arm. We have our gripper off of the ATC arm. Now we need to home our ATC arm and put it back into its neutral state. So in order to do that, I always do this in dry run mode. Make sure that's on, and you can control the speed of this ATC arm. It makes it a lot more comfortable, especially for the first time doing this. In order to go to home position, the M code is M601, and that will bring the ATC arm back to home position. So machine ready needs to be turned on. We get a message here that's okay. And we're gonna press cycle start. I always start all the way at 0, and I slowly work my way up. M601 finished. The ATC arm is now back to its horizontal state, or I'm sorry, it's parallel with the y-axis. So it's at home position. Now, the last thing we need to do is go to our custom screen, go to gripper, and you'll see you can't see the gripper here in between the ATC arm and the tool magazine. Normally there's a white box here with the tool number in the gripper representing where the gripper is located, and that's home position. So we need to get it back to home. We're somewhere in between. We're gonna press jog. We're gonna turn tool magazine into manual mode, manual indexing. I'm gonna soft key right 1 time. You'll see origin. I'm gonna press that, and you'll see now my box showed up and shows the tool in the actual gripper. I'm gonna go back and turn my tool magazine back to automatic, and I'm all set, fully recovered. Now you can go back and do your tool changes and continue on where you left off after you fix the issue that caused the alarm.